you're staring down the barrel against SEA Games gold medalists, master the basics, Dexter and Bonchan.
Yeah.
So again, it comes with the territory that these great minds have figured each other out. Welcome to game one. It's the Land of Dawn calling. We have to figure out something real quick before the competition begins. We want to make sure our players have the best experience going into this, I dare say, blockbuster of a match.
Yeah, I mean, even based off the drafts here for game number one, again, fans are excited for this one. Honestly, I like that there's a Lolita and a Lilia, because I think, if I can recall, we've only seen this pop up this season maybe once or twice. It worked wonders in Season 9, but I feel like still they're pressing it, and I want to see how they use this to set the pace here as we jump back into the game.
Let's see. So the difference is Frambiz is going to be played in a more supporting role as a position 5. We're going to be wanting to go for those tanky items like the Dominance Eyes as well as the Radiant Armor, which I think will play an important role in this burst type of composition coming out from Omega. When Blacklist International hits their timings, they're going to be very difficult to take down unless Keldra says otherwise.
That's another 50-50 down there. I would not be confident in saying that there's a clear winner there, especially if nobody visits. Look, they can go on forever. Look, oh, a mini-map.
Yeah, they're literally just forcing each other here, both at half health. Edward also getting worked on quite low here. And this is all just in the first minute of the game.
Yeah, it's gonna be... I think that if we're looking all across the map, the only hero that has a straight-up counter is Edward.
Yes.
So he is... if anyone is gonna struggle in this particular game, it's probably just Edward, which, you know, is gonna be a test of character to this guy. You know that he already played this so many times before. And how is he gonna mend it up?
Well, they're already making a play here. Get the flicker out from Renzio. That's step one, right? Again, you're talking about that matchup here with Dyroth obviously having the favor with Renzio having that in hand. So they already get the flicker down, but you can see Smart Omega making the play, come give some backup here.
Weiss has got more EXP compared to Ryzen, which I assume he has got better farm as well. So they will still get level 4 onto Ryzen, so you still have that lethal counter. But we'll find out how Omega is going to approach this first turtle.
Look at this, Wise timed it so well. Look, the perfect use of the Puissance earlier when they tried to threaten Renzio. Now he has the ult backup plus a retribution, so I'd say they can contest this even in the face of Ryzen's Bauman.
Yeah, okay. That's the fight you want to see.
Yeah, meanwhile, in the turtle pit, they're fighting for RWM comes out. They're going to crash down, forcing Omega back here. Chaknu taking quite a bit of damage. Haji is still tanking that turtle too. But look at that! As that's first blood drawn here. And Smart Omega trying to trade it off. Turtle still up. But it's going to be an even trade. Actually, it's a 2-for-1. But they grab the turtle with Ryzen taking the first objective of the game.
Kill intent was there for Omega. The moment that they went in for the turtle, you would think that they will try to focus on that neutral objective. Instead, when Weiss showed himself and the real-world motivation was dropped down, they grouped up together and went in onto Weiss, popping the lethal counter. The unfortunate thing is that they lost the first blood, but they still got the turtle anyways. And Omega deciding to go for the heroes instead of the turtle was a great decision on their part.
There must have been some level of I know you know.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
when you're fighting a Balmond, the instinct is to turn on heroes so that you get the man advantage, and then eventually you get the turtle. But what Omega did was they played this dichotomy, this whole 50-50, and turned it on its head. Instead, they went on heroes, and then they cleaned up.
Yep.
Are they going to try to force the Black Shoes? That they do. Etu Max has to use the sprint too. So again, what we're seeing from Blacklist International is they're not fully committing to these things just yet. They know they're lacking a little bit of damage here, but they're able to get resources, whether that's a flicker, whether that's an ultimate.
Yeah. More interestingly, this matchup in the middle, because there's so much that's happening across the map.
Yeah.
We see a true 1v1 in the bottom lane where both marksmen are. And so far, Keldra will have a little bit of an advantage over Oheb, but that's just so minimal at this point. It's an even game down the bottom lane.
I love how Venus and Wise, Venus and Chaknu visited, and then they both left just as quickly, and making like Ken Watanabe from the Godzilla movie said, let them fight.
Let them fight.
Just let them fight.
Okay, the charge up from Chakdu, forcing the flicker out from Oh My Venus. They're going to be happy with that so far, but Ryzen and Renzio just planting themselves in the jungle here. Wise doesn't want to let that happen. There's the Cult Altar. RWM comes out to Edward now from the backside. Gonna force them back here. Oh My Venus on the hunt too, but oh, Edward gets punished.
Man
and another
down.
turtle up here. Gonna go in the hands of Smart Omega.
Man down, it's the same thing. It's the same sequence.
Did you see that? That was very smart from Omega. They forced out some of the ultimates of Blacklist International around the purple buff. Blacklist International obliged with 2 or even 3 imported ultimates. RWM, the Cult Altar, as well as the Pusans and Kelra might even win this.
Short a bullet.
One bullet short. Meanwhile, on the top side, Edward going to be the focus. And another kill here for Smart Omega. Ryzen just doing work on this Ballman with a lethal counter.
Omega's winning the map this time. Kelra is outgunning the Matrix in the bottom lane. And up top, they have found the dent in the armor of Blacklist International. There's a straight-up weakness between the matchups of the XP lane, and Omega just popped that all wide open. And they had to control them up this time. 3.2k, who would have thought that he will lead like this?
Now we're going to get focused on now. Tries to juke them out, but you can't juke out the real-world manipulation. But here comes Chaknu and Etumax. They might be looking for some revenge. Chaknu going to get focused on back off here. Black Shoe's going to be committed. Ryzen just around the corner. He goes in, but look at the damage. The Cult Altar comes out. Ryzen looking for the lethal counter. It's not enough, though. And now he's going to be focused on a 4 versus 1. Has to back out here. Big play, but Renzio comes back. Not going to commit anything this just yet, but already 6 minutes in the game, quite a bit of action.
Well timed. Blacklist was playing the long con, and they eventually turned those 2 turtles and huge team play sequences into a punish onto Kelra. And dare I say, yeah, you can give Edward hell, but as long as Oheb has the potential to come back, much like he did here, much like how he's sitting at 2-0-0 right now, about some gold ahead of Kelra, I'd say. But the thing is, I don't know how this happened. Kelra still has an EXP level ahead.
Well, you know, the value of the gold that he got, however, I mean, I'm talking about Oheb here with 2 kills. When you're talking about like the distribution of wealth for Blacklist International, you're happier. And up until that moment, though, well, Kelra finds another play.
Yeah, they're still going to be looking for something. They did commit the conceal. They might look for an angle here on the bottom side. Ryzen going to be working on the jungle there, forcing the Cult Altar out. One after another, the Queen is down. Another kill going in the hands here of Chaknu. Wise trying to buy some time. Etumax falls. Now Ryzen here on the backside, trying to buy some more time. Doesn't have enough damage here to follow him up just yet. Kelra happy. They get the turret down, and now they can go to where they need to be.
Very sweaty game, but it was, I mean, the fast skirmish. I would say Omega really wanted that. Surely they lost Etumax, but they got a tower, and Kelra also gets a kill. Collects himself a lot of bounty in this game. Now will be taking over the mid lane and the bottom lane. There's so much farm on Kelra's side, and it's gonna be a bit of a problem in the incoming minutes for Omega. It's gonna be the mid game, 8 minutes in, and the Lord will be next. But Oh My Venus.
Oh My Venus coming in, dragging 2 members down. There's the burst coming out from Oheb as he gets down Chaknu. So they only get 1. That was so close there. Luckily, Etumax with the black shoes. So they only lose 1. But look at the gold lead. They're still holding on here. Can they hold on to it long enough?
I think that they don't really think about the gold lead and how great it is for Omega. What they care about now is to funnel everything into Oheb. Even that kill was given to Oheb, and he will get a turret as well, the bottom lane. So maybe Blacklist International are thinking, this is not about the overall economy. As long as we get the items for Oheb, we're okay.
Close call. The show almost stopped in the showstopper. Could have pushed that, could have forced the issue, but this is great. What Blacklist is doing is they're forcing the issue and giving Omega problems to think about, to solve, so that they can get a clearer go at the Lord and eventually reclaim part of the map.
Oh, a mid-lane madness here. Black Shoe's already going to be committed by Etumax, real-world manipulation. All the ultimates coming down. Etumax falls. Renzio trying to run to help out the team. There's the drag from the Queen. Can they get the kill as they do. Ryzen, there's Kelra on the backside, forcing OHEB back. Kelra with the play, grabbing the double, and it's a wipeout. The triple for Smart Omega, and it's a Lord on top of it.
I could not have thought of a more beautiful team fight. Yes, Omega did concede a few lives, but they got exactly what they needed and more.
And this is the Goku versus Vegeta battle where everything is put on the line. They're given all of their ultimates. You saw that clash. It was Omega finally overpowering Blacklist International. Unfortunately for Blacklist, they went in with their Cult Altar, and when it expired, it was very awkward for Oh My Venus to be in front of Omega despite him landing a two-man Shadow Stampede. There was Omega with the counter. Big props to Ryzen for holding onto the ultimate at the right moment. And then finally, Kelra activating the Wind of Nature at the right moment when he battled against two of the members of Blacklist International. Everybody played that well. Even when Blacklist International lost the fight, they still managed to force Omega into those tight spots. But unfortunately, once the Cult Altar is done, Omega will definitely have the advantage.
Wolf, about 5 minutes earlier, you mentioned how the gold, the resources, how it's funneled and how it's allocated for Omega is making all the difference. Kelra, he's about 2,000 gold ahead of OHEB right now.
That's scary. That's a full Wind of Nature ahead, technically speaking.
I mean, Haji's doing quite a bit of work, the best he can here. Chaknu gonna go down, big pickup. As I just said, Haji making wonders out of the situation despite the gap here. Let's see if they can follow up. Ryzen gonna get pulled in. Kelra goes in on the backside, pops the Blazing Duet, cancels out pretty much the Cult Altar. OHEB falls here, and it's just pandemonium under the tier 2 turret as Smart Omega finds the kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but they grab the turret.
Masterful juggling of the turret aggro. They gave up Chakmu to start, but they got away with so much more in OHEB while taking down the tier 2.
My God. Omega is just on fire right now. Their shot calling and the way that they have synced together is phenomenal to watch. You would have thought that Kelra is crazy to go into that fight under the Cult Altar and a turret. And they went in for OHEB. They targeted specifically OHEB because they know that OHEB doesn't have his Wind of Nature just yet. So what actually happened is you're going to think that Kelra will not have enough damage, but then again, Renzo was there. So they overload onto just one hero, just focused on that one. And they, like you said, juggled through the turrets. My God, Omega's on fire.
And it's not for the lack of maneuvers from Blacklist. They were working with their kits fully. Again, Oh My Venus was where they needed to be, and they did use the Cult Altar, but as soon as I saw the extra life bars go with
snap
with Renzio still having his Abysm Strike, I'm like, it's over. Two dudes are dying at least.
That's what,
at least the equivalent is one OHEB, and that's a two
one
dudes.
OHEB. I mean, you get one OHEB, that's a huge amount of damage gone, right?
Exactly.
And again, this is why it works so well against the Faramis pick is, you know, you have the Blazing Duet, you have the lethal counter, and that enough is taking care of the Cult Altar.
Yep, and that's also why they took away the Lolita away from Blacklist International. Was their plan all along. The Lord Dance seems like not a dance at all as Omega is scattered through the map because they know that they have the advantage.
Not just, I really like this beautiful touch of the Lilia. It's a rather low commitment hero that just whittles down and pokes the life bars of Blacklist, and at some point may force Cult Altar. And as we were just talking, again, the beautiful way Omega has been playing this 30-minute game to clean Lord King. It's the second Lord of the game, a Luminous Lord. Now they're going to start taking away, choking out Blacklist's own resources.
Now we're going to be looking at the items. Looking at the Beatrix, the Wind of Nature is now available, so if ever, he's going to be gunned down by Omega. See, that's a big problem to have. But you can see that Omega is actually dealing well with these defensive maneuvers coming up from Blacklist International. I want to also take note that Renzio as well as Ryzen, although they build up the tank, because of the economy of Omega right now with 8k ahead, they now have offensive / defensive items through the War Axe and of course the Twilight Armor from Ryzen.
Well, here we go. They're going to be marching in with this Lord, charging up the Nuno Blast. They do land one, but can't commit just yet. The charge out from the Lord. Turret's going to be half health here. They can defend here, but Wise is going in the backside, but look at the Blazing Duet into the base. Kelra goes. Wise gets caught here. He falls. Big pick up. Oheb also quite low, but they still defend for now. So it's only Wise that gets taken out.
Oh my god. You see Omega just let go of the handle, but another fight incoming.
Still going for it. Chaknu gonna charge up here. Immortality gonna be popped. Real world manipulation. They're trapped in a bad position. Oheb grabbing a kill for himself, plus Haji. 2 fall for Smart Omega. Oh my Venus, Dragon Rising to the double kill for Oheb.
Omega overstayed their welcome, and Blacklist welcomed them with loving arms. They stayed underneath that turret for way too long, may have called the wrong targets at the wrong millisecond, and that's what left Blacklist with all of their inhibitors and a few good kills.
Oh my god, and the crowd is crazy. You saw how Oh My Venus outplayed them as well. When Ryzen went in for the lethal counter, it wasn't that lethal. And when Ryzen tried to go for the spin over Oh My Venus, he just flickered out. Wonderful, wonderful footwork coming out from the Queen, and we are going to see it through the instant replay. I think that Omega really wanted to push the turret, but it was ill-advised. There's so much defense coming up from Blacklist. So far, the craziness that we are seeing for Omega has been paying off, but not that time.
I mean, Haji just getting in a great position there, but now Wise going to be focused on. Once again, he's quite a lot more tanky now. So he's going to be fine. Nothing just committed just yet. They're going to be crashed down on the... Wow! Oheb with the big kill. There you go, the double. He's looking for another, but he falls. Shut down by Ryzen. Now pushing into the base. Kelra quite low. Edward trying to zone him out. Ed2 Max has to run. Does not have the black shoes. It's only a matter of time, and he falls. It's only Oheb that goes down for Blacklist International.
Huge 3-for-1 trade, allowing this Lord, a 16-minute Lord, mind you, still does not have the third passive ability to actually be clear for the taking. Blacklist might actually get this.
A gambit from Omega that did not pay off. You saw that, you understand why they went for it. Oheb was not in the range of the Cult Altar, but he still managed to get 2 kills before he went down, and that was very crucial. The fact that now Blacklist International will have the control over the Lord is going to be a problem for Omega. Etomax is still 5 seconds away. They need to manage the lanes, and it's not like Omega have taken out any inhibitor turrets, which means that the lanes will be even.
Yeah, I mean, there's barely any health on that mid one, but still, I mean, Blacklist International knows that they have to respect this. Even though they did have the numbers advantage for a little bit, they still have to handle Renzio pushing on the bottom side. Those inhibitor turrets, even though they're still up, they're very fragile, right? So they've got to manage those. Meanwhile, this whole Lord dance that we're going to see unfold here.
This Lord dance doesn't come easy. Again, yes, Blacklist, they did shrink the gold lead, so that means they're getting items on their key heroes. Again, Oheb now so much harder to kill. That's what's explaining this quick swing back to 14 to 15 under 18 minutes. But also, you have to mention how Blacklist is now more aware of the tricks Omega can pull.
That's right.
There's not much that Omega can add, save for vision and save for an interesting angle, because so far, back to back to back, they've caught Chaknu even before he releases his Numenum Blast.
Yeah, that was a good little just moment for Chaknu to get Oheb out of that corner, because they're trying to get the angle here. Lord's gonna be less than half health. Wise is trying to get in there if he can. Chaknu with a charge up! Numenum Blast! Perfect positioning! They find Oheb! Oh my Venus in trouble too. Haji run to the base, and they're crashing down on Blacklist International. It's another turnaround. Wise rolling out, trying to buy some time, but smart Omega knows they're gonna drive it in.
London Bridge has fallen, but more importantly, they picked off Oheb and got their cake and ate it too. I'm talking about this Lord, and now Wise, the king has fallen as well. Oh no, there's just 3 defenders left with a luminous Lord, an 18-minute Lord marching down mid. Oh, I can hear the barangay already.
15 seconds for Oheb.
Here you go, Lord. Not gonna join it, but they grab a kill on the perfect target. Can they hold on? Immortality gonna be popped. Edward still. Haji finds a kill. Killing spree for Ryzen, and they're doing everything they can to stay in the game. The Queen doing work here, and they're still in with Haji. The KDA machine comes in to find a kill, and they're still in the game.
Oh my Venus! Ghost burst boosters will deal so much more damage if you're all clumped up together, and bonus damage to heroes as well. Everything that Omega tried to build in the Kelra in front of BLACKLIST International, they were showered down by the magic damage of BLACKLIST International.
They had it up to here. It was up there. It was. They had it up to here, and the queen just said, you know what, you want it so bad, come on over.
Come on over.
This is twice now that they've done that. They punished Smart Omega.
And all my team is like, I'm gonna take the matters to my own hands. I'm gonna take care of this. But then again, you're gonna have to commend Omega. The fight beforehand, during the Lord fight, where they found Oheb, it was amazing to look at because they comboed it all together at the same time. It was great synchronization and chemistry coming from Omega. That's the reason why they were able to put down Oheb. Because the thing is, after popping the cult altar, you're stunned up for a little bit. That gives ample time for Ryzen to pop the lethal counter, which, because Oheb was low anyways, when he goes up after the invulnerability was out. Haji felt it. Haji felt it. He's not gonna check the bushes just like that.
Sense.
No.
They're in a risky position here.
Oh, the wraparound.
Wise gonna cut them off. Real world manipulation comes down. The queen dragging Ryzen back. There's Kelra trying his best with the blazing duet. Pops the Wind of Danger too. Can they pull this one off? Oheb quite low. The shutdown. They find the Mega as well. 2 members are down again for BLACKLIST International.
And we're 25 seconds away from a Lord. There's a quite meaty wave down bottom for BLACKLIST. But I'm thinking, and I think Omega is as well, this might actually be it.
Ryzen will pick up the Rose Gold Meteor, which is perfect for the defense.
They get the turret. Abysm Strike finding the mark. Now Smart Omega looking to end the game as Edward's going to be the next target.
Oh, my Venus is
they
alive.
take him down. The queen is up. Can they turn it around? The stun on Oheb, the perfect target. Immortality going to be popped, but Ranzio is there. Can he pull it off? It's a cult altar to turn it around again. And they do it. And meanwhile, look at the top side. Base being focused on. And oh my goodness, actually it's oh my Venus with the turnaround.
My God, Omega, how many times should you fall against the Ghost Bursers and Shadow Stampede combo? Don't be near each other. There's so much burst potential from that one. And you see, everything's getting crazy. Chakdo, my God. Just for the clear, just for the wave clear. But they are at a big disadvantage. Ryzen 11 seconds. Can they hang on? They don't have any AoE apart from Max.
This could be it. They're going to push down. They're trying to buy time. Chaknu going to be the next target here. Mega kill for Oheb. Looking for Chaknu. Ryzen is now up, but what can he do? The numbers aren't there. And BLACKLIST International, time after time, turns around. Game number 1.
In true BLACKLIST fashion, they punish every little mistake. They make their way through millimeters of cracks, and they swing back, taking game 1.
The stubbornness and the resilience of Omega have given them a lot of mileage.